Hi, I'm Mad Mick, that's Mick Lourandos if you want to be professional, and yes, I like to do art and I've been doing it for many years, but before I was involved in the auto trade, I was a mechanic and panel beater and worked around many places, and I ended up doing an art course, and so I incorporate a lot of the old vehicles I like, which is mainly American cars from the 30s, 40s and 50s in my work, and there's some of them, the babies there. The Iron Maidens or Decaying Whores. I currently have a studio at the Divine Monster Mouse Warehouse, and I've been there over 6 years. Very beautiful place, beautiful people. This Midnight, a 1957 Nash Rambler wagon, and it's my daily transport. Midnight, named after a friend of ours that was became Gothic and gave herself the name Midnight. To put it on the road, had to do quite a lot of work, restoration work. It had no floor, it was completely like a Flintstone car. So it had to be rebuilt, but it's deteriorated over the years. I've had it on the road 16 years.
Right.
So it's a daily driver. And now it mainly goes to Marrickville. And that beautiful warehouse, what do we call, what's the best, one of the best warehouses? M&M, yeah, Monster Mouse, yes. Just a wrap carpet, it's all made from scrap metal I found on the street, scrap metal dealers and anything I could find.
Wow.
Even the chassis I knocked up and welded, the frame, and yeah, I hope to make it a nice streamlined looking car eventually. Inspired by the 30s and 40s. When I do painting, I use a lot of the film noir era to inspire my work. And as a reference point, right, this is pretty much 30s and 40s and the dark things, old factories, etc. Old scenes. Yeah, this I made up in 2003, the same thing out of scrap metal and parts I found, and a Ford custom line chassis. And it has a little Ford Vedette V8 motor. Tiny little V8, 2.3 litres. It's deteriorated a bit now, but it was going at one point, but like a lot of things. It's just dumped it on me. Here's my girl Pixie, a 1951 Nash Airflight. I did this little, what you could call it, a bit of artwork as a yeah, call it the Pixie, and a fastback aerodynamic car, and pretty spacey. Needs a lot of work, the motor stuffed up on it, as good old cars do. But that's a project. A lot of airline like influence. It's a 61 Studebaker Hawk.
And how long have you had this one for?
Many years, long, heaps of years.
And was it running? Is it still running?
It's still running.
Oh wow, that's awesome. Amazing.
Used to be a daily driver once.
Yeah, right. And how old is it?
1961, they make it 59. 60, she'll be 60 in a couple of months.
That's great.
Called Dusty after the singer, and it's a 1937 Cord, that's CORD sedan, Westchester, and I got it from the States, and I was doing a lot of restoration work and a lot of body mechanical work, and I intend one day to put her on the road, but that's in the country. I was in an arts exhibition at Articulate Gallery. It's one of the early streamline car, based on aerodynamics. Instead of being in the old days, a car resembled a horseless carriage, but they smoothed them down, and they employed industrial designers to design the cars,
Right.
Yeah, rather than just being coach built.
Okay.
The modern car has front wheel drive, independent, electronically V8 front wheel drive, and unit construction like an airplane. Had many patents and many innovations. Some models were supercharged.
And
Front wheel drive, of course, I mentioned that, front wheel drive. Yeah.
what year was this?
1937.
And does this have a name?
Dusty,
Dusty.
as in Springfield.
And did you have to build that? Did you already say that? Did you have to build like reconstruct that?
Yeah, I did a lot of work on it, yes. It's deteriorated a bit. I had to do quite a bit of work on the body and mechanical.
Did you have to import parts?
I did, yes. I imported the car. This air filter started life. Its first incarnation was an old toaster. So I shaped it and made it into this shape. It's been damaged now, as everything is. But
And how about the gauze on the car, the front of the car?
just scrap metal I found on the street. Yes, I'm fond of those. I don't know if anyone else is, but yeah, the girls, young girls in the noir setting.
Right.
With an industrial background.
And they're quite dark in their tone.
Yeah.
Is that something that you like generally have as an aesthetic?
Yes, I do like the old film noir movies.
Right.
And I like putting young hippie girls in the ladies, young women.
Right.
In that particular controversial pose, like it's the opposite of the film noir.
Right. Okay. And I'm noticing that there's these factories.
Yes.
That are they like based out of anything particular?
Well, that was the old Piedmont power station.
Okay.
I did quite a few paintings of that and all the local power stations, and I like the old industrial sites. Yes, that was an old guard off a Commodore in the street, and I just painted a painting on the side of that. It was dumped.
Right.
So I will do paintings on car panels and...
Yeah, it's great that you're like upcycling or recycling a lot of those materials.
I like to do that, yeah.
Yeah, awesome. And these two cars up here, have you owned those before?
Never, not the Charger and the Chevy. No, I haven't owned them. I thought I'd paint more popular makes of cars now. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I do obscure things. That one made that car myself out of spare parts. And,
Right, so that's the one we saw at your place.
yes, you saw it under the house.
And I take it this is actually a live shot of you driving it at this speed.
Only a fraction of the speed, like a milli fraction, you know. Yeah,
Excellent.
But I was made out of spare parts and old car parts and scrap metals. I built that up about 2003, yeah.
Yeah, right. And so this is basically like a concept car, isn't it?
Yes, I do a lot of them.
Excellent. Fantastic. Okay. And are the people in your paintings people you know, or is it just...
Some I'd like to, but I think these ones are all imaginary, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I've got the figures out of a book for the boxing girls.
Right.
But I put, younger faces and...
Right.
Yeah, I didn't copy it exactly, just the pose, the gesture.
Okay.
That one was actually somebody else's drawing originally.
Oh, right.
You gave it to me, I think. It's too good to waste. I'll use it as a painting.
Oh,
I
wow.
like the image, so I paint her up as a goth girl. It had all flowers and hippie trippy stuff on it, but yes, I made up. Oh, well, I worked in the automotive trade, automotive mechanic and panel beater for a while, and cut in factories, and after that I went to art school for a while, and yeah, I combined the both, I suppose you could say, as an influence.
And what year was art school?
Oh, it's a long time ago. in the 90s, yeah.
Okay. Excellent. And then, what is the medium that you work
Oh,
with?
it's on acrylic. On acrylic, chief acrylic paints, and I used to use oils all the time, but got too impatient. They took too long to dry it, you know, the pollution factor. And but I do use a medium to make it look oily, and that sticks.
So, Mick, where can people actually buy your paintings from?
From Hypermotive at Marrickville Road, Marrickville.
Okay. And do you have paintings there? Do you
Yeah,
have?
I've got a few paintings, and I've got to put some more in too.
Oh.
Mostly from memory, but some I have to research if somebody wants something perfect, but largely I prefer to work from memory. It could be a revised memory, going the object, looking at it, you know, to clear up a few important, then going away from it, you know. But usually I prefer to work by heart, an old expression.